Yeah, hi. Today we'll discuss these topics in Java, how we are going to use a conditional statements and loops and operators. Okay. And what is conditional statement? Suppose, okay, whenever the user is trying to log in or something like this, so okay, we have like different type of admin login. Okay, we have like a normal user login. Okay, these are the two logins. Okay, for admin login, we having some other access we are going to add. For user we don't have any, some actions is different compared to this login, that login actions. Okay, so that suppose in the user object, this was the user object. In the user object we have some fields called as username. Okay, and we have roles. Okay, we have like user information. It may be date of birth, or it may be something like address. Okay, like this we may have any number of fields. Okay, I'm going to help telling you regarding the rules. That means how we are going to use a conditional. Suppose the user is trying to, okay, we said that multiple users are accessing on the same application, right? So that they are going to using the same code. That means all the users are using the same code, but we need to tell to the use that tell to the flow. Okay, suppose the user is admin, then the flow need to be admin user related flow. Okay, the code should be related to this. Okay, what is, okay, how we are going to structure all these things. Okay, suppose for example, okay, what is a conditions mean? So this is a one type of condition. Suppose admin is coming, I want to add a message called as admin is logged. Okay, this was a message I need to append to my console or somewhere. Okay, this is something like user is logged. Okay, this was a message I want to append. How I am going to do this logic? Okay, in our case, as of now, we seen that we are executing the code in the sequential order. Okay, now we are going to do some condition check to execute the code. Okay, what are the different type of conditions we have? Like, okay, there are the different type of conditions like if statements. Okay, if else. Okay, this is something like we'll see mostly. Okay, there is another thing called as a switch also. Okay, this we see mostly. And here in the loops means we'll see like for loop, while loop, do while. These are the different type of loops. What is the use of loops means? If you want to execute the same logic multiple times, okay, and no need of writing the duplicate code within the same file, we can go with the loops and we can execute the same logic multiple times. Okay, this is the use of the loops. Okay, we have like different type of loops. Okay, how we are going to use the loops. Okay, it has a different structure, this has a different structures. Okay, operators means we already know that equal to, double equal to, greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to, okay, or not equal to. Okay, these are the one of the operators. Okay, this we already know. This is, okay, arithmetic operators we know, right? Minus, plus, division. Okay, module, okay, like module. Okay, division. Okay, like this we have like arithmetic operators. These are the conditional statements where we are going to use these operators. Okay, in the conditional statements, right, we are going to build, right, in that we are going to use these statements, okay, in these operators. Apart from this, we have some logical operators, or
Sure, a doubt, sir.
yes,
That equal to double equal to that and all that upper hyphen, sir.
which one? This one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Equal to, right, equal to sign two times, we are going to use the same thing.
It seems to be okay, sir. It is not clarity. Okay, sir.
No, it is good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, these are the different type of operators we are going to use, okay, in the above cases. Okay, this is something like equating the two values. Okay, this is something like checking the, okay, left and right values, the same thing. It is something like the left value should not equals to something. Okay, this is something like assignment. Okay, this is part of the symbols. Okay, apart from this, we have like other symbols also, plus plus, minus minus, minus minus. Okay, these also symbols also we have, incremental, post incremental, like this is called as a logical operators. Okay, that means the condition should be satisfied in the both the cases or something like this. Okay, that is it. Okay, okay, for example, okay, I will take to the directory code. Okay, here in this class, I'm going to have like one test class. Okay, inside the test class, I'm going to have one main method. Okay, okay, in the main class, I'm going to have like, okay, some condition I'm going to write. Suppose int, okay, I'm going to write int, okay, or else, okay, okay, int marks. Okay, the marks is something like I'm going to provide as 100. Okay, and I'm going to write one condition, right, saying that I can create one more thing called as a string message. It is an empty string. Okay, here in this I'm going to write like marks is greater than 80 or 90. Okay, and the person is going to call as a merit student. Okay, merit student. Okay, this is something like I'm going to provide the condition. Before that, I'm going to write like check everything. Oh. Okay, okay, okay. Now I'm going to running this code. What was the result? It would be okay. What is here? It is going to do me the condition mark should be greater than 90. Actually, it was greater only. Okay, we'll print the message also. Also, we'll print here itself. Okay, Okay, if it is condition is true, then it will come into this block. Okay, here we can write what are the code you want, you can write it. Okay, here we can see only one line of code, but here we can have any number of codes of line. Okay, this will decides the flow of flow. Okay, in when you go with the real projects, okay, we'll use these if conditions. Okay, now I'm going to running this, we're testing that application. By default the marks is 100, so that it will be true. Okay, here the condition is true, so that it is going to enter this loop and it's going to printing this one. Now I'm going to give as a 10. Okay, 10 is whether it is true or false. It was false, so that it will not enter into that body. You can see that in middle we are not able to see any statement. Okay, understanding, right?
Yes, sir.
This is one of the conditional statement. Okay, inside this I am going to write one more conditional statement called as an. Okay, I'm going to write one more thing called as an else if. Okay, if else, sorry, if else. Okay, if else is something like we are going to have like if one block. Okay, I can write it right set like true. Okay, and we have like one more block called as a else block. Okay, if the condition is true, okay, then it will come to this block and it is going to execute all the statement. If the condition is false, then it is going to execute these statements. Okay, understand that here if the condition is true only we are going to enter into this, apart from that we are going to executing all the statements. Okay, if here the condition is true, then we are going to executing the above block. If the condition is false, we are going to executing this block. Okay, that we'll see. Okay, here we'll add the same logic only. Okay, and okay, if I run this code, we'll get any of the statement. Okay, like yes or no. Okay. To run the code means okay, before is printing and he is not a med student. The marks, that marks is not a merit. What is it? Suppose if I am going to give 100, okay, then it will print the above line merit student. Okay, it is block is already now. Okay, this is up till the one statement. Okay, now I am going to have like I'm going to check the percentage of the attendance also. Okay, this is something marks percentage you can take from percentage. Okay, marks percentage.
Sir, doubt, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, we have two places, sir, here. One main string, in one main string, we have if else, and in another main string, we have if. We are running as runners, we have given means. Which one is taking as priority, sir?
Actually, we are not running this one. Here you can see, right? This method name is different. Okay, this is not a main method. Public static void main one. That means it is not signature matching with the JVM method. So that you can see that this was a method matching with the JVM. So that this logic will be executed. For reference purpose, I added like this.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, understand right this statement, how it is
Yes, sir.
behaving.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
now I'm going to take like one more statement called as an, okay, attendance. Okay, attendance percentage. Okay, I'm going to give us a 75, and I can give us a marks percentage. Okay, I will write one more thing. Instead of this one, I will write it like this. Okay. Here I'm going to take one more condition. Okay, this is true, and again one more thing I will call it as and. Okay, I'm going to write like attendance should be greater than, okay, 80. Okay, if the person attendance should be greater than 80 and the mark should be greater than 90, okay, then he is called as a merit student. Okay, this was a condition. Suppose if the merit I'm going to provide like should be greater than 80, but here it was 75. Okay, so that how it is going to behave, we'll see. What is a debugging? Did I show you this debugging?
No, sir.
Okay, okay. That means here the cursor is coming to us. Okay, here you can see right, marks is 100 and here is 75. Okay, here it is going to check the condition. Okay, it is not entered into this method because this marks 100 is okay, but here you can see attendance is 75. It was lesser, so that it is not entering into this block. Okay, we come out of this block. Okay, understanding right? Now if I want to satisfy this condition, the attendance should be, I want to increase to more 5, so I'm going to give us an 85. It was matching. Okay, okay, you can see right, it was a merit student. Okay, now what I'm going to do means I'm going to directly giving the, instead of 85, 80 I'm going to give. If I'm going to give direct marks, it is not satisfied even though. Why? Because it is checks till 81. Okay, it is not going to match. We need to use one more signal called as an equals to, greater than or equal to 80, so that it will match. Okay, like this we are going to build our conditions. Okay, understanding it?
Okay, sir. A small doubt, sir.
Yes.
That debugging, that console, that alone, another thing, sir.
I will tell you in loops. Okay, the debugging. Have you
Okay.
understood this? Multiple conditions. How we are going to write it?
Yes, sir. I am clear, sir.
Clear, right? This is how this is called as an AND operator. Okay, what it will do means it is going to check this condition. If it is true, okay, then it will check this one more condition. It is true, then only it will enter. Okay, there is a truth table called as an, we already know like the truth table. What is that one? And or truth table. True equal to true, and true false equal to false. True, sorry, false true equal to false, false equal to false. Um, Yes. You got it right. Based on this truth table, it is conditional is matching and it is going to behaving. Okay. But here we call as an it's one and operator. This is called as an and truth table. What is one? And logic. And we have one more logic called as an OR logic. Okay.
Yes, sir.
OR logic for this one we have like false, sorry, true, true equal to true only, false, true equal to true only, okay, true, false equal to true only, false, false equal to false, okay. How we are going to write AND operator? We are going to represent in the form of a symbol ampersand, and okay, and for OR we are going to represent in the symbol with pipe, okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Got it right? Okay, here if we want to satisfy this above condition, even though it was in 75, okay, I want to satisfy this condition, so that I'm going to ping as a OR over here. Like this. Okay, if I run this statement, okay, it will going to give the result as a true only. See right?
Yes, sir.
Why? Because it is going to follow in this statement, these conditions. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and there is a one more thing called as a double ampersand. There is a one more logic called as a double end. Okay, there is this like this. Okay, what is the use of this means? It is going to check this condition. If it is false, then it will directly not check this remaining condition. It will directly come out of this and it is execute this logic. Okay, this is something like logical. That means their performance is going to be improved with this in the logical checking. Okay.
It means strictly and like that, sir.
Yeah, because here you can see right. If one is true, the other is true. It will true only. If one is false, okay, the other is for true or false. I don't want. It was finally result is false only, right?
Okay, sir.
So that when you are going to use this double end, it will check in the background. Okay, it is going to go through this. If it is true, then only it will go to the statement and it is going to execute the statement. Okay, if it is false, okay, if it is false means it is not going to verify this statement directly. It will come to this else block.
Okay, sir.
Okay, this is about like that. The OR is normal only. Okay, we can have like double N and double R. Okay, are you understanding it? This way?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and there is a one more thing called as else if. Okay, this is if else. There is an else if ladder. Okay, that will see if else ladder. Okay, what is meant by else if ladder means this condition check is happening, right? That will be checked in continuously if you want to pass on some different type of checks if you want to do only once. Okay, example. Okay, we can use in the marks only. Okay, I'm going to give some 9. Okay, if marks is greater than or equal to 90, then I'm going to say that I'm going to write as A grade, grade A. Okay, there is a one more condition we can write with the help of this else. Okay, this we call as one more condition we are going to write it. Okay, this we call as an else if. ladder. Okay, now I'm going to checking that marks should be greater than 90. Okay, and we need to write one more condition called as a range. We need to write it. If we A grade means I'm going to mark should be 80, percentage should be 80 to 200. Okay, I want to write this percentage. How can I write it? Mark should be greater than 80, or equal to 80. That's it, right? For the gradient. Yeah, if you checking with this one means the mark should be less than equal to 80, and it should be greater than, you use only greater than or equal to 79. We can try to it. Okay, here we can go into give us an here mark should be,
Sir, here lesser than or equal to is there, sir.
yeah, lesser than or equal to, yes, right. That
Okay,
means
sir. Okay,
here,
sir. Okay, sir. Now it's okay, sir.
that means we are matching with the, suppose he is going to get 18%, 80 marks means then he is going to be grade A. He is going to get exact 75 means he is going to stop.
Okay.
70 you can give up to 60 to 79 or something. Okay, and we can build one more logic. Okay, the marks is going to come as greater than greater than 60, and this one is something like
Sir,
the condition is matching, not correct, right?
sir, actually it is greater than or equal to 60 and lesser than or equal to 79, I think, sir.
Hmm. No, this was correct only. Mark should be greater than 80. The mark should be greater than 79. And it was less than fact only. You will see once whether it is not satisfying. We'll try to change. Okay, for now we are going to write up to this only. We'll see. Okay, like this we can extend. Okay, we can write here 59 0. Okay, and finally I can write like else. Okay. Invalid. Okay, based on 90, if I run means it is going to use gradient. Okay, now I'm going to give us some 70. Invalid grade, yeah, it was with C.
Sir, that greater than or equal to 60 and lesser than or equal to 79, sir. That equality it is coming like that, sir.
Mark should be
Greater than or equal to 60 and lesser than or equal to 79.
greater than or equal to 60. Okay. Yes, greater than or equal to 60, less than or equal to this one, right?
79.
Yeah, we'll try this one. grade, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to give us an 10 marks. And grades like this. If you want to build the LCF ladder, you can build like this. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is something like more as an user input, or maybe different type of users are coming into this and they're going to verifying the results for the same logic only. Okay. Apart from this, okay, this is one thing. And if you want to write within the if you want to write one more if means you can write like this conditions within the condition. If you want to make one more condition, you can do it. Okay. Here we can use one more statement called as a return. Return is allowed. Okay, if I running means if you want to break your statement flow or something like this, you can use this return keyword. Here have added this return. By default it is true, it will be entering into this. For now I'm going to give us a marks as 90. We will run this. Whether it will print or after statement or not, we'll see. You see that it is not returning directly, it is returning to the method, so that we are not able to see. Are able to follow, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like this. Okay, when you are adding the return within this means it is going to break here and it will directly not execute the below lines of code.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
This is about this if statements. Okay, now we'll see this loops. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What is the use of loops? Means you are going to execute the group of lines. Okay, suppose if I want to print all the lines one by one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the system.out.println. Okay, here I can give as a 1. If you want to print the numbers for now, just not like this. Okay, so I'm going to print up to 10 numbers means I'm going to use like this. Okay, this is called as a 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, or something like this. Got it right? Okay, I'm printing these statements. Hello? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm going to printing these statements, right? Okay, it is something like duplicating of the statement, right? I want to printing only this number. Instead of this, I'm going to write these lines of code. Okay, this is not tedious. Okay, it is not a good practice. So that your target is to print the values. That means these numbers. So that I'm going to use one more approach called as a loops. Okay, in the loops, if you are not writing much code, just execute this code, how it is going to printing, we'll see. Okay, it is going to print 1 to 9. Okay, in the same way the result is same only, but that result I am going to achieve with the help of the loops as well. Okay, I am going to create one more method. Here I will make it as a 1. Okay, here I am going to take like loop for loop. Okay, here I'm going to do some initialization, means I'm going to create the variable. Okay, then after I'm going to do the conditional check. I should be greater than or equal to 10. Okay, I plus plus. Okay, I'm going to give here as an I. I will execute this statement. You can see the result. Then after I will explain you. Okay, here it was printing the same only. Here also it was printing the same only. But how many lines we have written here? It was almost 10 lines, right? But in the above, how many lines we have written? We have written only 2 lines of code. Yeah, this is how we, if you are doing the same repeated work, okay, you can use of loops and you can execute the task. Okay, this was the statement we are going to writing as a repeated one. Okay, here in this logic, we in the loop, in the for loop, we have like 3 parts. Okay, what is this one is called as an initialization. As a variable we are going to initialize, right? That we are going to initialize in the loop itself. Okay, this we called as a conditional check. Just now we have checked, right, for the if conditions. The same way we are going to check like this. Okay, till the I is reaching the 10. Okay, the loop is going to be repeated. Okay, this I plus plus means it is called as an incremental. That means here the I equal to 0, when it is entered into this is going to pass through this condition. If it is true, then it is going to come into this, it is printing, then after it is going to enter in while returning. Okay, it is going to be incremented. I plus plus means equals to I equal to I plus 1. Okay, I plus 1 means suppose currently it was in 0, so that 0 plus 1 means 1, so that I value becoming as a 1. Okay, and it is checking with the 10, it is satisfying, so that it is true, so that it is going to printing once again, it is going to iterate it. It means again it is going to come I, here it is 1 plus 1 it was a 2. Okay, like this is goes on increases when the it will come as a 10. Okay, then its statement is fails, so that it is not going to execute this block, it will come out of this block. Okay, understanding, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is how the loop will work. Okay, now we have like different type of loops. Okay, for loop is the one loop, and there is a one more loop called as a while loop. Okay, we'll discuss the for each loop when we are working with the objects. Right? Here we have like while loop. While loop will understand somewhat difference. Okay, it will syntax is like this. Okay, here we are going to have like a declaration like int I equal to something like I'm going to do 10. Okay, here in the block I'm going to check the condition, the same condition I'm going to copy here, I'm going to place in here. The incremental, right, I'm going to copy this and placing here. Okay, the block of code I'm going to write in here. Understanding that? Okay, here it is going to initialize some value. Here it will check. Here it will get increment. Okay.
Yes,
It
sir.
will goes on the looping, the same thing only, but it will be go till the I equal to 10.
Sir, there are 0, sir.
Yeah, it's here 0, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, like this we are going to using the loop. Okay, here we know that this is condition. Suppose we are going to have a bulk of data. Okay, when the data is going to be and we don't, so that in that case we are going to use this hash element. Okay, we'll see this in the map. Okay, when you are going to use the map, I will show you this one of the examples. Okay, like this we can use up loops. we have one more loop called as a do while loop. Okay, that is something like before printing some statement, then after it will check the condition. Okay. How it is going to like a do. It has a body. The below it has a while statement like this. Okay, inside this I'm going to write this one here. Okay, I'm going to initialization. Also, I will do it outside. And we will implement inside this only. This condition will add here. Okay, or else I will add before execution. Okay, the do while loop means even though the statement is false also, it will execute for once. Okay, but whereas a while means whenever the condition is satisfied, then only it will execute this block of code. Okay. Here
Sir, I cannot understand do while.
Yeah, do while means do while means here we have one block. It's called as do.
Okay, sir.
First it will do, then after it will check the condition.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Here it is going to check the condition, then it is going to execute the statements inside this block. Okay, for first for once it is going to be executed. For the second onward, if it is going to check the condition, it is false, then it is not going to execute the second time this same statement. Okay, is printing right now. What I will do is I am going to give as an 11. If I am going to give the 11 means what it will happen. Okay, the condition will be break. Right? If I am going to execute means in this do while loop it is going to printing the 11. Okay,
Okay,
but here in this while loop, okay, here in this while loop it is not going to print even 11 also. Okay, there is no result, so that it is not coming out the window. Okay, got it right?
yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, this is about the loops. Okay, we have few more loops called as a for each loop that we'll discuss later on.
Okay, sir.
We'll be done with the class, and we'll see one more thing called as an object level conditional check. Okay, I'll show that as well. Okay, here I'm going to string is also one of the object only. Okay, why? Because string is a class, it is not a data type, right? That's much. You can see this was a class, right? Okay. Well,
Sir, I can't get, sir. String is, I think I can get, sir. String is a data type or a class, sir?
yeah, string is a class, it is not a data type. Okay, for now we have seen only the int, right? It's a data type. Okay, one more thing called as a long, it is also one data type. Okay, but string you can see it starts with small letters. Okay, it was highlighted, but it is not highlighted. You can observe one thing.
Okay, sir.
Okay, this we call as a primitive data types. Okay, if you are this is called as a class. This we call as an wrapper class. Wrapper class. Okay, what is the difference between this and this means? Okay, for the int also we have one more class called as an wrapper class called as an integer. Okay, Okay, for the long also we have one more thing called as a long. Okay, for the byte also we have like byte. Why? Because they have given all these things. Means Java is an object programming language, right? So that if you want to do anything, you need to use the class and objects only. So that this all designed it. Okay, this, so that got it right. This was an object. This was a class. You can find it right. There's a C. What type of class? It was a finite class. Okay, you can see the structure of the class as well. Public final class string. It is implementing something we don't know for now. As of now, I will tell you. When inheritance, you will get to know all these things. Okay. Now I'm going to checking this condition. Okay, if okay name dot equals. Okay, there is a method called as a dot equals. Okay, I'm going to use as a Mahi. Okay. String is matched, text is matched. Okay, like this I'm going to write. Run this code. True. But here I'm going to add one more capital letter. Okay, it was a case now. It is not matching now. You can see it. Okay, it is not matching, so that it is not getting any result over here. Or else I will write one more block called as else block. Text is not matched. Got it right? It's a one more thing called as not going to pass any value to this. Okay, just I'm going to allow like this. Okay, now I'm going to pass the default. It is a null value. Okay, so I'm passing like this. Now if I run means it is going to throw one exception called as null pointer exception. Why? Because without object creation we are not able to call the internal methods of this, right? Therefore we are going to get this null pointer exception. Okay, and here how we can stop this type of exceptions. We can use this check name not equals to null. I can give you a some percent. Okay, now previously we are going to get an error that will be resolved with the help of this null check. Okay, this we call as a null check. Okay, got it right? Like this it is going to print. Any questions for now?
Sir, that null, I have a small doubt, sir.
Yes, please.
If name is not equal to null, that exclamatory mark not equal to null, and how
Null
it
is
is
some-
satisfying that reason, I can get, sir.
Yeah, here null is something like default value.
Okay, sir.
Suppose if you are going to create any object also, okay, obj is a reference, right? Actually, what we do, we are going to create an object like this, right?
Yes, sir.
If you create the object means it will create. Okay, if you don't want to create an object, I want to just define the value. Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. When you're going to give the new keyword, then only the object will be created. Okay, so that if you want to pass as null object means I'm not creating any object to this one. Just I'm going to passing a dummy value, default value. What is a default value for any object means it's a null value. Okay, null means it doesn't have anything.
Okay, sir.
If you are trying to call the string internal methods, object internal methods also, it is not able to call. Okay, when you are calling this one means it is going to call as a null pointer exception it is going to create it. Okay.
Okay, sir. Now I got it, sir. If
Okay.
it is not equal to null, then it will come as a else case.
Yes, else case. Not
Else
equals to
case.
null. Yeah, if it is not equals to null means suppose in the place of this I'm going to create an object. Okay, how I'm going to create an object with the help of the new keyword string. Okay, in this I'm going to pass as a value called as a Mahesh. Okay, here the object is created. Okay, inside the object it is not null, it's passing name dot equals. That means it is going to call the internal methods of this string equals method. Okay, it is going to call this equals method, so that it is going to executing all this logic, then after it is returning as true or false. Okay, it is going to returning the true. Okay, if it is matched with the string means then it is going to return the true. Therefore true equal to true, then if content is true, so that it is going to execute the statement.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, this is about the object conditional checks. Okay. Understanding that, or you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay then. Okay then, bye. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know. I will share this recording.
Sir, that array, sir.
Yeah, that's right.
I will note it down, sir.
No, no, that's fine. First, some main. Okay, how we are going to create an array? First, create array. Okay, int. Okay, this we call first what we do means int a equal to 10. Okay, that means we are going to assign one value. In the same way, in the array, we are going to have like square brackets. Okay. Okay, this we called as an array declaration initialization, this definition. Okay, now I'm going to initialize some value to this one. Okay, I can assign the value this way. Okay, comma 20, comma 30. Okay, like this I can assign the value. This means just assigning value to array. We are not having any size. We are not fixing any. That means we are adding three variables so that it will be size is also 3 only. We cannot increase the size of this array. Okay. If I want to define the size, how I can define the size means. Okay. If I want to override the value of this array means I can do it. How can I do it means using this array of size 0. I want to assign as 100. That will be allowed. Okay, it will recreate an array with the size of same only. In the place of 10, it is going to updating as 100. Okay. Now I am going to create a size for the array. Okay, how can I create? Okay, I can give.
Sir, actually, I have doubt, sir.
Yes.
Sir,
Yes. Yes.
for local variables and global variables, we have this condition that dot this we will use. But in this case, in int bracket array, we are assigning 10, 20, 30, and array of 0, we are assigning 100. But what will be prioritized there, sir?
Sorry. What will be?
Prioritized.
Priorities. It will be executed in the sequential order only, right? So that it will be go in the sequential only. First, it is going to execute this line. This size will be created. Second means it is going to assign the 100, so that this value is going to updated in this way. Okay. is something like I'm going to create the size. If I want to assign any value, means how I'm going to assign. I'm going to assign based on the index only, right? I need to do 0, pass 100, like this. If I want to print the value, means I can use the index only to print the value.
Yes, sir. 1 minute, sir. I will note it down, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, we'll wind up for now.
Okay.
In coming class, we'll discuss hooks principles and usage. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.